Welcome and thank you for joining us today. For those of you I don't know, I'm Scott Anderson, Senior Vice President of Kelly Connect. Kelly Connect is a technology solutions firm working with small and mid-sized businesses located across the Pacific Northwest with offices in Oregon, Washington, Montana, and Alaska. Big shout out and thank you to one of our most strategic technology partners today for joining us in Datto. And with that, I'll turn it over to Eric Torres from Datto, who's joining us today. Thank you, Eric. Today, we're going to be talking about ransomware. A lot of different ways we can go here, but really talking about, obviously, backups are a big part of restoring from ransomware, but also, is your data protection solution immune to ransomware?
Thank you, Scott. And yes, today we will be talking about ransomware. I am Eric Torres, Director of Channel Development for Datto. Again, real quick about Datto, we are the world's leading provider of business continuity solutions. We have different solutions out there to protect your critical business data, no matter where it lives. So let's talk about ransomware. We know that ransomware is king. Downtime is costing small to medium-sized organizations $75 billion in 2019 alone. The numbers are still out for 2020, but I guarantee it will be higher simply from the way that ransomware asks and ransomware infections are certainly on the rise. Now, I have some specific examples of ransomware that I would like to share with you today. This first one is by far my favorite, which is pretty morbid to have a favorite ransomware. This particular strain of ransomware is one that tests our own morality. This ransomware it's pure evil genius, as you can see in this subject line here. What this particular strain of ransomware is called popcorn time. If you got infected with this strain of ransomware, you were posed with an option. You could either ignore it and restore from a business continuity solution like Datto. You could pay the ransom and you might get your data back. Or if you were willing to send this ransomware to two of your friends, they would give you the data back for free. That's how far outside of the box these ransomware developers are. They wrote the code and it was brilliant with how it worked and how it infected networks. And then they decided, why are we doing all the dirty work? Let's outsource our criminal ways and turn the victims into criminals themselves. And believe me, people were doing it. They were sending this strain of ransomware all over the globe, so much so that the update that these developers pushed out translated the ransom ask into every single language. That's how far outside of the box these bad guys are thinking. That's the evolution of ransomware that we're seeing today. So I hear this all the time. I've already got a great backup solution. My data is already living in the cloud. That is exactly what the city of San Francisco thought. If you remember this story from a couple years back, the SFMTA, the transit authority in San Francisco, they got attacked with ransomware. What this ransomware did in a moment's notice, it shut down all of the kiosks to buy train tickets and bus tickets and trolley tickets. And they have a brilliant IT department. And they got together and they said, we'll just restore from our backup solution. As a result of that backup solution, their network was down for 2 full days. And it wasn't just any 2 days. It was the Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. The 2 most heavily traveled days in San Francisco, where they provide 735,000 rides per day at a cost between $1 and $2.25 per rider, meaning their total revenue lost in just those 2 days of downtime with their current backup solution resulted in roughly $3 million. So we know that ransomware is running rampant, and there is something that we can do about it. Enter Datto. Datto includes, built into your business continuity solution, is ransomware detection. And I want to be very clear, this is not prevention. This is not your security layer. Kelly Connect has fantastic security solutions to keep the bad guys out, but you have to prepare for if they get past that security. That's where Datto comes into play with ransomware detection, because time is of the essence if you get infected with ransomware, and you need that data back up and running as quickly as possible. So here's exactly how that works. Datto is taking those 5-minute snapshot backups of all of the data on your network. And what we're able to do with that snapshot moment in time is to look for footprints of ransomware. When you get ransomware, it changes your file structure, completely encrypts the data, as well as the naming convention of those files. So what the file structure of how it used to look, it no longer looks like that. That's where Datto's technology looks for those huge batch file changes and then raises a red flag and says, Kelly Connect, something is suspicious with that last backup. By the way, here is the exact moment in time before that infection happened. So we are monitoring, alerting, and letting Kelly Connect know the exact moment when the ransomware hit and the moment before that to restore from. So with Kelly Connect and Datto, let us manage your technology. To take that first step, shoot us an email, info@kellyconnect.com, and set up your needs assessment and hear more about the Datto solutions and how we can assist. Thank you.